Hi everybody, it's me, Nikki, and today I'm here to do another part in my series, called Let's Talk About. And today I am going to talk about this book series. So, this is the Trilogía Victoriana, so like the Victorian trilogy. It is by Felix J. Palma, who is Spanish. So these are translated. And this first one is called The Map of Time. And it is about, they're all about, what if H.G. Wells' books were real? They happened. So this first one is based off of The Time Machine. The Time Machine. And it has also got Jack the Ripper stuff in it. So, without spoiling too much, let's talk about this one, and then I'll talk about the other two. So, The Map of Time, there are, like, H.G. Wells wrote The Time Machine, and people freaked out about it, like, oh my god, it's real. I think they did that in real life, and they've done this. And there's a character, whose name I can't remember, but he is in the second one as well, I think. Yes, he is. Oh gosh, what is this guy's name? Well, whatever. He, founded a time-traveling business. It's like in a warehouse. You go in like part of a train, and like it rocks, and oh, we're in a different time, and it says they're like in the future fighting robots, because that might have been in the Time Machine. I'm not sure. I don't think I've read The Time Machine, but I did watch the Wishbone episode. I mean, that counts. So, there's that going on, and then H.G. Wells, like, hates that guy, because he's like, it's fake, what the fuck? He knows it's fake, everybody else thinks it's real. There's a guy, an actor, who's playing, a character that's supposed to save England from the robots, and he meets a girl, and there's romance there. And then the Jack the Ripper thing comes in because a guy was in love with Mary Kelly, and he's like devastated, she's dead. So his friend brings him to actually H.G. Wells and is like, here, can you take him back in time? And he does. But then other stuff happens. Like, it's a really fun read, and I really enjoyed it. There was a character in it I actually forgot about until the third book. It's the villain of the books. So, but it's really, really good. They're going to the year 2000, I think. So that's when they think the robots are gonna attack or whatever. And this was published in 2008, the first one. And the English translation was in 2011. So it's really funny. H.G. Wells, the character is really good. His characterization is taken from his real life. It's got his wife in it. His first wife? His second wife? I can't remember. And he's also kind of a dick, like he was in real life. So it was just a really good book, and I was like, oh yeah, like if you want to read this on its own, I think these are all perfect standalones. They might like mention something, but they're all really good standalones. So I would definitely recommend at least checking out the first one. So there's that. Now, the second one, The Map of the Sky, is my personal favorite. This was published. Does it say? It has to say. It's like the law. 2012. And this is about War of the Worlds. So what if War of the Worlds was real? And all three of them also have time travel-y elements to it, because why not? And this has the guy from the first book who was his time travel rival. So, in this book he's Montgomery Gilmore, but he's changed his name. So, it's about Montgomery wants to marry Emma, but she only will accept if he reproduces the Martian invasion, which isn't real. And then it is real, and it kind of sucks for everyone. And at the same time, Wells is made aware of extraterrestrial origins, which was on an ill-fated expedition to the Antarctic, which apparently Edgar Allan Poe was in. Which, that's not true. Poe was not in it. And I'm not going to tell you, but I think if you know anything about pop culture, you might be able to figure out the extraterrestrial ness and Antarctica. And when you start reading it, you're like, oh, it's so very good, and everything is tied up at the end. But before that, eerie-looking alien cylinders began to appear on the outskirts of London, but it's a true invasion, and it's kind of playing out almost like his book, which I also haven't read. I'm actually a really bad H.G. Wells fan, because I like him, and I know his stuff. I've just never read anything by him, which I should. I keep meaning to, but then I never do. Story of my life. And it also, this is the hardback edition, so it's got this, look at that lovely inside cover, or whatever that's called. End pages? It's so beautiful. Yeah, and it's just, this is a really good book. It's my favorite of the three, just because it was like, oh, like the Cap meme. I know, I get that. I understand that reference. And it's sad, and, you know, cause it's an invasion, so people do die. And much like in his book, because I have read the summary, the guy in his book just wants to like get to his wife and his family, and that's what H.G. Wells wants to do. He just wants to get with his wife and his family. And there's a little bit, so there's a lot, not a little bit, there's a lot of that. And what else is there? There is some time travel stuff, like I said, and alternate timelines, and just sort of weird stuff, and you're like, oh my god, what is this? How? And it, you know, at the end, it all makes sense. So, yes, this is amazing. And then finally, we have The Map of Chaos, which was published in 2015, and I got all three of these books from Thrift Books. This is the only new one. The others were used. And this is the final, called this is the Map of Time trilogy, but I actually prefer the trilogy. There's a bug. Go away, bug. Trilogia Victoriana. The Victorian trilogy. That's just me. Because it's not I mean, they all are all related to the time machine, but still. So this one has not only H.G. Wells, and the second one had Edgar Allan Poe. This one has Arthur Conan Doyle and Lewis Carroll. And in this one, the Invisible Man is real. So, this one is about a mysterious protagonist who has lost the person he loves most, and he will do anything to speak with her one more time. So it has the medium stuff that was happening around then, and it doesn't bring hope, it brings devastation. And so the three men, Arthur Conan, Lewis Carroll, and H.G. Wells, who I think knew each other and maybe friends? Was Lewis Carroll older? I don't remember. It's up to them to save the world from destruction and hopefully reunite the lovers. So, yes, this has ghosts, mediums, again, some time travel, and it's all connected to H.G. Wells and, like, everything he does, and it is... This one might be hard to read on its own. Like, The Map of Time, I think you could read on its own, but the other two are connected because it's almost like a sequel. And there's time travel and alternate timelines again. So, and with all of them, because it's, I can't explain it. It's almost like a murder mystery where all this stuff is happening and then it gets wrapped up at the end and you're like, oh my god, now it all makes sense. So it's almost better on like a reread because you know, like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. So it's a little confusing in the beginning. I would say they all are. Just like a little bit because you're like, how is this gonna... Because they all connect. Everything connects. It's why I love them, because I love a series from start to finish. It doesn't matter how long it is, where something happens and then it connects at the end. Everything connects. Everything that happens in the Map of Time connects to the Map of Chaos, connects to the Map of the Sky. It all connects, and it's fabulous. But you're not sure how it's going to connect, and then when it does, you're like, pfft. So, yes, I would recommend this. What else is in this besides ghosts? There's like some tense murder mystery stuff because the Invisible Man has escaped from the pages of his novel and he is sort of like out to get H.G. Wells. And again, I haven't read The Invisible Man. I'm so sorry. I think there was another Wishbone episode about it. Wishbone was how I got a lot of my classic literature as a kid. And it was great, and it's great because the Arthur Conan Doyle and Lewis Carroll, they're not just, and Edgar Allan Poe, they're not just like, oh, hi, bye. They're like actually part of the story, especially for Arthur Conan Doyle, because he was, he believed in spirits and mediums, so he wants to prove all of this is true. I'm not I think Lewis Carroll might be older in the book? Question mark? Yeah, I think he's like their older friend, whereas Doyle and H.G. Wells are like middle-aged. I'm not 100% sure. That little detail escapes me, but like I said, it's all connected and it's fabulous, and I adore the series. I haven't done a reread because I'm trying to read all my other books, but once I do, I will definitely reread the series because it was a while between the first book and the second book. So that's why when I got to the third one, I was like, who are some of these people? So, like, and, you know, once I reread them, I'm going to be like, yeah, I remember that. I know where this is going. I see the connections. It's like that meme from, Is It Always Sunny? Where everything's connected. So, yes, that is the map of time and the map of the sky and the map of chaos. I highly, highly recommend them. They are sci-fi fantasy. I should have said that at the beginning, but here we are. And they look big, like chunky books, but I sped through them so fast. They are just a fun, quick read, and I recommend them, and you should read them. And when you read them, come to me and say thank you. And I will say you're welcome. So, that's my video for the Felix J. Palma series. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.